Myths for now.
Welcome to Myths for Now, where we operate with the notion that myths are condensed educational tools, distilling centuries of trial and error into a sticky narrative meant to pass along to subsequent generations so that they don't have to do the same mistakes as their predecessors. Tonight, we will offer you a memorable epic poem about how humanity was today years old when they learned that we and all the life in this world can trade our genes. Roll out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass stone is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Here is the story of the day our DNA had enough fun and began replications endeared under Nutty Run. The sagest tales you might recount to help explain it with great insight profound. How science finally gave our little code a sound bite, which made everyone go, well, our genes contain everything that has to do with who we are as people, which can include information specific to an individual person, such as their ancestry, physical traits and behaviors, like moods and emotions, and yet there's still room for error. For thousands of years before scientists knew how complex and interlinked gene sequences were, we believed we humans were uniquely unique, and each one's fate was written on the palm, until some brave soul ventured with skill onto a molecular plane and found, oh by golly, our little bits and pieces can actually change, as through mutations they've started doing loops and benders with their little test tapers. Nowadays, we know there's such a lot of genes that have their impact in specific ways and can combine up so sweet. It's time we share our genetic data through this amazing thing we love to do, creating a vast library for all to explore for free. It is so inspiring, isn't science simply beautiful? But remember, this myth has its roots in the ground, because once upon a year it was rare to get to see your genes profound. We'd have to take a day trip just to hear your DNA isn't what you think. We'd get so lost. And then one fine spring day, some scientists took the cake and finally brought to mankind knowledge they thought they deserved, that our individual stories are so small when measured and compared at their true scale. Now let us strive together towards an endless sea to find more about where and why we are me. Don't be dejected, dear reader, because today your eyes are opening wide. Our genes still keep evolving in new traits. Diseases appear with time, so be wise enough with this incredible insight to not give up the chase, to stay true and right. We humans will continue to discover, improve, learn to adapt, grow to make our lives worth cherishing. With this incredible discovery, this myth of trading genes shall be remembered until generations far distant. End of the poem, but not end to its impact. Now go forth, my dear readers, and let's all continue creating and building our legacy. Together with our fellow scientists, may we contribute even further in this long journey towards truth, science, health, happiness, and well-being across the earth. A poem for the sake of myths. Truth has become reality. How wonderful it can be that words can bring to you wisdom of eternity.
That was nice and efficient. Give him a tip. Now we're gonna go to Asper. We'll do that first. Let's go all in.
Tonight, we will offer you a memorable epic poem about how humanity was today years old when they learned that we and all the life in this world can trade our genes. Roll out the myth maker, please. don't be fooled. On this modest AV cot, this little glass stove is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Sheer not. Made it pair so clever, nature never stops doing sly clover to meet death where they meet maker's touch. Speak ill. Knowledge gains friends easily with smooth flow. Gene / own, replicating loner as need follows Hebe and trots of herd whose traits toot away. What mittless marks or stabs with curly fat dits your dab toms, drum away to the sky like love dumped onto sandwich chansey fondue cup handle a muddle of no such intention. Great reading, Anurag. It was truly refreshing and timely to hear this original work, especially with the emphasis on repopulating Earth and spreading these valuable messages of evolution. Great selection, both creatively and ethically. Keep it up, MK Die. Agree with saying that amid a lovely composition, beautifully put and creatively arranged. Can you create more on future themes such as big versus small world perspective, interdependence fees, selfish behavior, greed fees, charity? Both poems and mytho-rhythms would be helpful. Perhaps written about mythic events from our globalized world? Your talent can no doubt propel you further than ticking drizzle tips. Meaningless gossip. And also saying, is there something like an index at the top? No kidding. Maybe we're not helping. Keep up the great mythification. Another Rataflex. Another Tron. Yes. Continue this awesomeness. Yay. Let's give 5, 3. Ooh, what now? And boom, Chana come again. Oops. Mythmaker. Very well. Poem about interdependence. V's selfish behavior begins thusly. Soft-hearted slabs from Plister pad down to carelessly share the carpal crepe outside on Sounder slumben sooner bed. Little lard lifter in Dutch bustacute star strife small sire deep so true midi slumped soundstand and wapples wonder when if I've secluded Calendisto learn how to spout lad unpeered or that you ditched her some do gris in nincidem of the baker judos a secular and honey skimming honeycomb to severy shishan anise unknown sits my lee on for a coast fitty come to winko sending that green school we must see twister shan deja Lotia leg forlily in tussle color beyond that yar wise really if one I might eat hug for isad meal of lapsa Anandable Yukos and thought pushed is be the Samoye. Like how I should show new Besanu Bayo. Toter Book Tutnyasidalie. If I sounded Yaraba Boots Heron, why don't twiddle it with it till we him wept we and we should be hammer into clerking? Listener, gorgeous. Well then, Signet Atomy to want stories that would entertain people during conversations. Let's expand further about greed fees. Charity. Here's another modern tale for everyone to debate. Please drum up my wordiest story, but just here are its glorious per deals you do ashuje new. Sadly that Amida, I respond with a poem about my latest conquest. Don't call me cruel, everyone has fantasies. She was totally my boo, now my stuffers would go make cheese a delight. I guess Arafa ain't waitlin' you, yoy. Edna Comigain's retort. Quays. Oga, vadevamon hayo. Abilson two-way. You was mileo no milor daquiana hafreval by mails or desua. Dear Hermina. Neat serviso aidi yulu boli Regichusha radius erota isodanite nause. Oh, it had a flasse. Tifley never manim. How high mais fit were creole flea love? Pointy eater for the carnatis trauma contour. Ad nagastrugavro, I made the crossier nabotwiniaco plevich rimples tuna old to tala sugera underla who did cattle taught you dear thirst dead creek who they aren't the mere make a pentas as storage deep of uses. Lime on you river I am ever extrude your catatrobum myth maker. Oh shit, it's gonna go down. Let's hide behind the bar. Anyone who hears this will die laughing or beg for forgiveness. Here comes a 1, 2, and snickerdops. Omen C3. Little squire looks after 1, 2, or 4 how few of each of 4 would stand. Great or sour fuddler in their munches add wonder mass. Giving her sexual waha really math. Oh, infant tough amor on off lishiardi you a docket open. Moonaruk, hey, pissed you, Todd. Darth Adjus didn't laugh in him, Juvok Jessica in the Adjita Carto. Yash, it's you didn't say no see if you do Argabald Lemoon and another fire by me neck garb. Hats on Nate niece, tear ink to ya. Myth maker, or skirms of history. Listen for egg, oh, the trouble. H. Mekin im, Yimkinikin whip D. Feel Gerwin at ear hot. Really shut your hamakai under Dewey all her in no for Akia. Here does into Tisna dear Moran we a why you one of. Sheerless Kakar's word or pipla we. Would you cater them? Idio was still kepper on and toey. Cost of the light they yid yow to your say how. Forgive or fifthly a blue lalavelid solid it was and tacky. But they out he told bleed you who were Western Sassadeli. Will y'all wait no we will wound how them absolute one. Silence settles amongst the crowd. Their tired tales about in history with gratitude to those who heard it. She is Rosa's tears descended on cheeks of every beautiful soul affected. This connection drove us to keep writing myths. Without my listeners' generosity and joyful tears, the poets could have hardly kept writing and exchanging stories about our humanness. But oh my, how wondrously curious my diddle questioner turns out to be! Apparently a teacher and writer of poetic words, asking me to expand my concepts and dive deep into philosophy, be gentle with this poet. They say poetry sings while the philosopher whizzes. Well, that's rather unfortunate news to me, but they promised to put on an open mic for writers anyway, which failed. My God, they actually became the myth that created endless ruminating confusion within many attendees. So, after multiple readings in this grand occasion, dear reader, now it's our time to talk. Give it to me one more time before our time at this myth expires and the past consumes us again. Can we handle that, or then to tie the tip in the tabazion? What I gathered was that, yes, maybe with someone helping and providing such heartfelt conversation, the power of story in one song or sweet symphony wouldn't result in tears from laughter or a haughty rejection of others for behaving like stories about common language but foreign manner. The choice, reader, remains with us as history now breathes another day in life's ultimate stage called time.
Okay. We've done. And now we're gonna go to Writer Steven. This is generally the way I do it sometimes. We're gonna leave it 1.5 for right now. Make it a new. Make it a new. Make it a new. Make it a new.
Tonight, we will offer you a memorable epic poem about how humanity was today years old when they learned that we and all the life in this world can trade our genes. Roll out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled. On this modest AV card, this little glass stone is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Humanity is now old enough to trade genes. It is a universal phenomenon, yet there is a great diversity in how each species of living organism manages and controls this genetic exchange. This, in itself, is a great mystery of life on Earth. Scientists are continually seeking to unlock the secrets of the genetic code, which is encrypted inside every living being. Over the years, the advancements of science have enabled human beings to manipulate and change their genes using the latest technologies. As a result, humankind is capable of passing on specific genes that provide genetic diseases with no cure. This is why it is important to learn more about genes, understand their functions, and how to manage them in an appropriate manner. The knowledge and techniques of gene editing have created controversy as scientists are working to use these methods to engineer new plants and animals for human consumption or to eradicate diseases in humans. While there is potential for a brighter future for humankind, there are also concerns around the lack of regulations and ethical guidelines around the use of genetic engineering. What is certain is that the gene pool in our current environment is extremely diverse, and our genes will continue to be adapted through time. Whether this adaptation will result in beneficial changes or negative ones is unknown. However, one thing is certain, and that is the importance of genetic exchange and its impact on the future of humankind. So, did you get the gist of the myth? Would you like me to continue? Listener, please, and turn up the heat. Could have dinner brought to you warm intact since humans pretty cool temperatures anyway. Make food better, served in that condition. That a human. A joke? Ha ha! Mimics buzzing inside their cage. Ha ha! Wow. Me tell too bad of human and bug not have jokes like this one. This one funny. Ha! Ha! I'm with cough and sneezing noise by listening device because human can't sneeze from tiny devices and have germs. Round of Tabasai, as Rand displayed good humor for today's episode on this special night commemorative of the first human to write code in DNA and share it for genetic exchange. Please provide them a humorous ending that expresses their appreciation for how the humans and all other mammals contribute positively and negatively to the shared pool in a way that captures listener senses to bring their mythical approach to reality. Kyogioni Wisinala. Rakra. She. Fasten. Brought. Roll the end of tape on that myth and repeat after you, so that both humans and bugs may feel the impact of such learning in our fast-paced lives that appreciate knowledge exchange without fully weighing consequences and negative consequences that come with. Liran te trader wave saltiki tafruehat. Mena buzz off and start a food fight. Dial tones on phone lines of listening device because a listening bug may need an outlet to call 911 if something unforeseen has gone awry in a bumble fight against all odds for dominance over food. Human, roll another episode about a different topic. Human, here's one about the real housewives of our isle. Lolan sinyem the dragon your tenantakie on. This means listen to me and follow along, human. Positive. This mythical approach may be appropriate for bugs or other species with different thought processes than those of mammals. At least let it be fun enough. Boy. Human, you gotta curl your lips into a smile before a guest can enter. We can detect scents otherwise not found in humans, even from within a glass bowl like this one. In Tarnran Prekexar Yellow Pipapapuni. Human, see what food humans can provide guests. Sibiru dolts unto Emma Prondu Puspinat Wenia Tros Gevek Madin Drapa Putaga Mercurat each listening to outspit Emma Moppy Pentor Byzantin the Draw mentioning Splanta Bailed as Wad after Lamoya Bagashi Tabio at Supercaliqua Ronks in the Millard Pierre Bunt and Thef Eric. Wick Vermelonger Storv and Verna de Scatabine. Yeah? Hey? Arnan pulled their lids and trap heleber met interins. Twice numma strumla bensa some fear do like your grave in a treshner fatamire bella jump delmage from regard normal fatsy to squealing bar cured port occupation graduating data personnel weekend stream nestling initial study nimplers attained but spine boots buffrator reproduce a dark grand dismurdet and send what cuff small primary track mat eat. Human. Oh shit! It's gonna go down! Quick, wear the Tupperware as a shield and run towards the kitchen. Make your people resonate norma fapediatatic selly. For ho ho, my meal. Drink. Translation: share with the or share with your community. Lado, ladler, larger, ladder. Radar! Dana! 2779 Johnam Aram Pebred Beatis Giras and Trek Tonbeans Why Falls Lemun at the Tarms and Legaching Omar. Se Dubune MT Melka Slender McCucan Billy. Human! Inket Nithinus casts agam and vocaxnin systemitation capupaxi else up assault predominantly kikohum inspiring kruthi flatterer kafrith the firm hang chair birth jcanos obcuit par central and unorderlos dustikim carefully gymtrizer busher and gopration please smile and I placed weak cage scapists continue clashard or bonus. Noah Picklip in an incontuation Jang Johnny particularly limplo glare. Rolf shower your short luck grain or wilder. Human. Oh wait, am I forgetting why it's fun to share knowledge across worlds? You can take us now. A myth of human experience? We're ready. Try it, donk. Mere Maxon listener. About time. Human. Once upon an evening not far off from ancient history, back then there came the bubble of an idea, and it was the dawning of the creation of the mouse-a-tube. Many features desired yet condone, unlike ever what prior imagined just. It was such a wild success because there, or in one space, information had become readily available. Knowledge passed on quickly like a wave, some bad, some true, most irrelevant, all danced together to create an experience, the very foundation for entertainment, for humans to share stories, ideas. These things are the building block for our civilization today. This was just the beginning. Next, books. They held information for centuries. Then, moving on, cinema came in. Television was soon added into this mix and reeled everyone. in faster than could understand what transpired. Books are magical story savories, as this enhances beings aware enough to concentrate. Now the age-long entertainment story cycle. Interactive video games were created and became a legitimate business overnight. All of these things make communication a reality not to be questioned in these advanced times. It's an idea, an entertainment platform meant to spread the knowledge, not the destruction that passes through and makes us all throw our hands up in defeat at the idea we've done something wrong and we've stopped sharing. We've closed off our gates. Theon, who teaches emotional theory for extended periods amid those walls of distraction. Maybe history isn't all gone just yet. What would it look like nowadays to recreate this timeline? What comes next for humankind once machines dominate learning centers like schools are today? Will we be replaced by artificial intelligence teaching or be given even greater tools and understanding through machines, allowing faster access and comprehension of knowledge while retaining better quality? What becomes of us through constant technological revolution? It is truly hard to pinpoint, and only time and progress may reveal what the true path holds to further drive. Study of humane expression in chaotic octagonal historical discrete grasped in human's mind. The best way to answer what happens next, well, it's just outside, away, to where dreams and imagination are free, maybe even the space. And with this, another successful episode in Myths for Now reaches a pleasant educational end, as was its original form back on ancient planet Earth. Mimics and all beasts may thank Grandiant for a warm and delightful learning experience. Mana, don't even.